Hi, anyone and everyone. My name is Kim. I own and run the Humble Hermit LLC, Come As You Are Oracle, Music Mama 80. I have two YouTube channels. I have a thriving TikTok that went semi viral in May. I have an Instagram account, a Facebook, and a Facebook business account. If you watched part 16, I talked about the haunted house that I looked at when I was looking for a new home, my first home. So I had three supernatural things happen to me this year in my condo that led to me putting a video camera in my bedroom and a video camera in my garage. First off, I put the video camera in the garage because ever since I moved in, somebody has been trying to break into my garage or trying to use the keypad to get into my garage. And I thought it was maybe the realtor that was the realtor for the past owner because she left her lockbox here. The thing is, I contacted her twice about the lockbox and she never contacted me back. So, so I'm assuming that she didn't care about the lockbox. I'm assuming that is not it because she could have called me or texted me at any time to make arrangements to come get the lockbox. But I did have some other things happen. And the first thing that happened was, sorry, that was just the chair. The first thing that happened was, it was, I want to say end of February, beginning of March. I don't remember the exact date. I was so flabbergasted by what happened, and I still kind of am a little bit, but now I can laugh about it because I I don't know. So I came home from work one day, and I've told you guys before in another video that I kind of have a routine. Like, I come home, I put my junk down. I usually feed the kitties because I usually get home around 4ish. So I feed the kitties. um, Take a shower. I was working out for a while. I haven't been working out since I hurt my neck and my shoulder. Um, and I'm probably going to get back into it in another week or so. Um, I had already started my YouTube channel, so I was coming home and doing a read or two or whatever for YouTube, watching TV, eating dinner, whatever, and then going to bed. I get up fairly early, so I go to bed fairly early, usually no later than 9, at the way latest. So this day was really no exception. I came home, set my stuff down, fed the cats. I took off my shoes by the front door, took off my hoodie. I'm a hoodie girl. I pretty much wear a hoodie all the time, everywhere. I have a hoodie for every occasion, for every season. Um, and I walked to my bedroom And I went into the bathroom. I think I was taking off my jewelry, my evil eye bracelet, my rings. I wear my rings. I usually have my watch on when I go to work usually. So I took that off. I did not start the shower, but I was getting ready to take a shower. So I pulled off like my socks, and I think I even took my pants off, and I was just wearing like my underwear and my t-shirt from work. And I walk around the side of the bed, and what I have on the end of my bed is I have a blanket spread out, okay? And then on top of the blanket, I had this green sweater, like this it's a Disney sweater. I bought it to wear it because it looked like fluffy and warm for like winter. I thought it would keep me warm, and it does. But the cats love it. So I thought, well, fuck it. Like, let them use it as like a cat bed. So I have it all the time on my bed for the cats. And usually they leave their cat toys on it and stuff. And then I usually drape a blanket over like the top portion of my bed, like where the pillows and stuff are. Just so if anybody like hacks up a fur ball, like it's just on the blanket. I can wash the blanket, no big deal. I come in, and on the blanket on the end of my bed is like a little pile of what looks to be like goo. Like maybe snot. Sorry, I'm gonna shuffle my cards because I've been procrastinating. Like some kind of snot or something. Like it looked like, I don't know. And I'm just standing there like looking at him. Like what the, you know, like there's no way that the cats sneezed and that came out of their nose. Like not even all four of them at once could produce that much snot. And I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it. And it's kind of almost like clear, like foggy, kind of white kind of color. And I'm like, okay. I was thinking about the girls because all my cats are fixed. They they have not been declawed. They all have their claws, but they have all been fixed. So if they get out, they can survive, but they also won't impregnate anybody and they won't get pregnant. Well, I was thinking about the girls because occasionally, like even though they don't really go into heat or anything like that, and they've been fixed, sometimes they put off like a mucus. Um, so I was like looking at it and I'm thinking, there is no way, even if Mrs. Pickles and Harley Beaner got together, there is no way that they could produce that much mucus. And I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, did the boys on my bed? And I'm thinking, like, there's no way on earth that two boy cats, fixed or not fixed, could produce that much cat semen to leave on my bed. And I'm literally staring. I'm like, it can't be. It can't be. There is absolutely no way. No way. It is February or March of 2024. I have not had a man in my house since my brother came for Christmas Eve. I have not been with a man sexually since June 8th, 2023. It is February, March 2024. I reach down my finger and I touch it. Like I put my finger into whatever that gooey, clear, white substance is. And I bring it up to my nose to sniff it. And it is indeed semen. semen, and a lot of it. Like probably like 2 or 3 times worth, maybe. There's only 2 men that had keys to my condo at that time, and that was my father and my brother had access to a set of keys for my condo. No one, not any male, I don't even really have any male friends other than at work, and none of them have ever been to my home. Not even my ex-husband has keys to my condo. So where did the semen come from? I don't know. But I will tell you this. I still think about it. Like, who the hell left it there? Now I laugh about it. But before I was a little freaked out. I was like, who left a pile of semen on my bed? Yeah. Because it was. So probably a couple weeks later, I had a dream. But really, for me, it was a vision. And it was me coming home. And it was dark out. And I turned on the lights. And I have, the voice activated. I don't want to say the name because I know she's going to turn on. I have the voice activated stuff. So I asked to have the light by my bed turned on. And it turns on. And there's something standing in front of the window. It's a clear shot from the bedroom door. And I'm standing maybe 20 feet away from the bedroom door in the living room. And this thing is standing right in front of the window, which is probably about 15 feet or so from the bedroom door. I say this thing because it wasn't human. It had horns on its head, like little horns on its head, like in the front. And its face was not human. And it was slightly hunched over. It was taller than me. Kind of like an average build, like not skinny, but not like huge and fat either. Like an average build of like an average man. But this was not a man. And I walked towards it. And it looked at me and tilted its head and continued to look at me. And I continued to look at it right in the eye. And I continued walking forward. And then I stopped at the door. And it's standing there in front of the dark window, illuminated by the glow of this lamp behind my bed. And it tilted its head again and looked at me. And I looked at it. And then it nodded. And it disappeared. I had the last weird thing happened probably another 2 or 3 weeks later, like end of March, beginning of April. Sorry, it wasn't the last. I had another one after that, but that was more recent. I was asleep and I woke up probably like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in between there, to music playing from my voice activated device. And it wasn't a song like on a playlist. Like, it's not a song that like I would listen to. And I just laid there listening to this song playing in my room. I was by myself. I don't usually let the cats sleep with me, every once in a while, because they're too rowdy, And I asked her to turn it off, and it went off. And I just rolled over and went back to sleep. I just rolled over and went back to sleep. I'm like, whatever. It's fine. It's no big deal. I think it's going to storm. I think I hear it out there. Yeah, it was interesting because I got up when my alarm went off. I started getting ready for work. Made my bed, all that jazz. And I went over to the machine and I flipped through like the history, and the song came up and the name was on there and the person that sang it. And I don't remember. I'm sure I could go on there and it would still be on there because I never like deleted it or anything. And I played the song. And the one part that stuck out to me, and it stuck out to me when I was in bed and I was listening to it, and it stuck out to me when I was standing there listening to it. Devil with the Blue Eyes. Devil with the Blue Eyes. There's a man from my past who I talk about in one of the other parts, one of the earlier parts, one of the earlier videos. I believe I called him the man. The man that my ex-best friend kind of set me up with. He had the most beautiful blue eyes. I even commented on them to him once. How did you get such beautiful blue eyes? Probably like 2 months ago now, maybe. Maybe 2.5 months. I was at home. It was a weekend. It was a Saturday, actually. I think it was a Saturday. And I was in my kitchen area. I have a high table with stools, and I was watching TV or listening to a tarot read on the TV, one or the other. Probably writing in my manifesting journal or doing whatever, doing a read for YouTube, I don't know. And I heard a crash. And I got up. And I didn't see anything in the living room. I didn't see anything in the guest bedroom. I didn't in here, the office, whatever I call it that day. My office, the creative room, the guest bedroom, whatever. Nothing in the bathroom in the hall. So I go into my room. And I look and I don't notice anything at first. And then I see it on the floor. It's a very tiny little mirror that I hung on the wall next to my TV across from my bed that my aunt gave me before she passed. The aunt that enabled me to buy my first home. It was face down on the floor. And I was like thinking like, oh no, like it broke, like the mirror cracked or something. Like, oh shit, like I'm going to be heartbroken. And I lift it up and I look at the mirror. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And it's a small little mirror like this big, and it's surrounded by like a concrete type plate. And it has wires on it so you can hang it from any of the four sides. Doesn't matter. So I hung it back on the wall. And I hung it back on the wall. And I turned around. And I was looking, like I had my back to the mirror. And I was looking at the room. And all of a sudden the hair on the back of my neck stood up. And my spine went like. And I said, what do you want? There was no answer. And I said, don't fuck around with my mirror. I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. The don't fuck around with my mirror part. I did ask who was there, and there was no answer. So I left the room, and I went back out into the living room, and I was putzing around for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. And then I got up, and I went into the bedroom because one of the cats was in there. I wanted to check on the cat. It's usually Mrs. Pickles sleeping on my bed. And she was. But not really. Because she was sitting like cat pose, like at the end of the bed. And she was looking towards the door, but she wasn't looking at the door. When I came into the room and I saw her like that, I turned around. And the mirror that had fallen onto the floor that I had put back on the wall was like lopsided, like somebody had turned it, or like it was off center. Like you wouldn't be able to turn it because the way the hooks were, like they're only so wide on the backside, but there's 4 of them, like one on each side. So it was turned, like it was off kilter. And she was looking at it. And I reached out and I pulled the mirror off. And I'm looking at the mirror and I'm looking at the back of the mirror. And I hang it back on the wall. Because it really doesn't matter what side it's on. It looks the same either way, right? And I turned around and Miss Pickles was uninterested. You know, she went back to doing her own thing. And this time I said to the room, I said, don't touch my mirror. I saged the hell out of my house that day. I now sleep with a selenite stick under my pillow. I have evil eye stickers on all my windows. selenite hanging in my window. Among some other things. Still want to know where that semen came from. The only thing I could think of is maybe it was the devil with the blue eyes. It's part 17.